Hello and welcome to the Node.js series. This is the first video in this series, and because of that, we need to look at some introductory concepts or topics. First, what is Node and why use Node? So Node is a JavaScript runtime environment that is used by developers to build a server-side applications. Node was built on top of the Chrome V8 engine, and this makes it very powerful. Now, why should we use a Node? Number one is that Node is everywhere. This means with Node, you can use JavaScript on both the client and server side. Another cool feature of Node is that it has a non-blocking IO concept. So this allows us to write asynchronous applications. And with this feature of Node, we can have a very fast performance applications. Another thing to note is that Node have a rich ecosystem. You have a registry called NPM, that which we will be looking at very soon. NPM is a Node package manager where developers around the world, like you and I, publish a project where you can go and then install on your PC without you coding it from scratch. It helps you speed up your development process. With this, let us dive into the installation process of a Node. So now I will be going to Chrome, and in Chrome, you can just type in node.org. This is the official page of Node.js. And as you can see, Node is a free open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment. So as we discussed. So for every PC that you are using, if you are using Mac or maybe Linux-based operating system, automatically you will see the download button that will be fitted for or suited for the operating system you are using. But if this is not the case, you can come to download and choose your operating system here. For me, it's Windows. If you're using Mac, you can choose Mac or whatever operating system you are using. And it's always advisable to go for the long-term support whenever you are trying to install a Node on your laptops or PC. So I have Node already installed on my laptop, and I think the process of installing Node is very easy. You just choose your operating system, and then you choose your operating system, and then you click on this download Node, and then you get Node installed it on your PC. So that's how cool it is. So you can pause the video for a second, install Node, and then come back to the video. Next thing we will be looking at is NPM. We will be looking at NPM, the Node Package Manager. This is a registry that, okay, as you can see, we are GitHub, the company behind the NPM registry and NPM CLI. CLI is called command line interface. Yeah, so we offer those to communities for free. So this is an open source project. You have series of packages in this open source platform. For example, one package we will be using mostly in this course will be Express. So if I search Express in the search box and click on the first link, there you go. You can see Express. This is the official Express package, and if you scroll down, you will see the weekly download. We have 28.4 million, or let us say 28.5 million downloads per week. So can you imagine this? So this is the Node package manager. You can try to explore this as much as you can. There are thousands of dependencies in this registry, so try to explore. So to install Node, not Node, but npm express, we use this command npm r express. But let us go back to our code editor. Since we have seen the process of installing Node, let us go to our code editor and try to install some of these dependency and try to write our first Node applications. So I will take you to the code editor, and here we will be creating a file. We can name this file whatever name we love to call it, but I will call this server, server.js, and there we go. So let us have room on the screen. So now we have created our server file that calls server.js. In here we are going to be writing our Node applications, our first Node applications. Now there are few dependencies we need to install before writing our first line of code. And for this, you can come to your terminal. For me, I'm using the bash as my primary terminal. Not bash, but git bash as my primary terminal. So you can use whatever terminal interface that you are comfortable with. So I see this more cool. That's what I'm using. So the first thing, we need to initialize Node into our environment, our development environment. So to do this, we have the command. We can use npm. By the way, I didn't discuss npm. So I discussed npm, but one thing to note is that when you download or install Node, automatically you have npm. So that's one thing you need to understand. So since we have Node running on our system, we can use the npm to install various dependency or first initialize our development environment with Node. So to do that, we can say npm init, and if we just run this command, we will have a series of questions being asked to get our system initialized. But I want to skip all of those because at the end of the day, I will just answer yes for everything. So I can use the command -y. This will be like the shortcut to answer yes for all of the questions you will get while initializing that Node into your system. So you click enter, and voila, we should have Node initialized. So here we have the package.json. So if we click here, we can see we will see various things that is describing our applications. So here you can see the name, you have Node series, and you also have the version of your applications, and the main, which is the server.js, the name that we give our server here. And below you can see some script. This is for testing, and this is to start the Node applications. But in this case, we will be using Node month, so I will get to that sooner. And another thing is the dependency. For now, we don't have any dependency installed, so you will see the dependency field empty. But as we start to install dependencies for our projects, you will see this this is description, but dependency is not yet been placed because we haven't installed dependency yet. But if we start to install dependency, you will see all of the dependency that our project is dependent on. So for this, see, let us try to install our first dependency, which is Express. So for this, or the first one will be NodeMon, because NodeMon is going to be used to spin up the server. We don't have to keep reloading our page after saving our work. We automatically NodeMon is going to do that for us, so we can install NodeMon. So you use the same npm command. So npm installed r. By the way, R stands for installed. You can also use installed, st installed, odemon. You can also use the full spelling as installed to install any dependency or packages for your project. It doesn't matter. I just see npm r to be more convenient. That's why. But you can also go by this format. So we will use this to install NodeMon. And I have NodeMon already installed on this system as well, because it's obvious I've been using NodeMon and for series of work. And one thing to note is that NodeMon won't be used to deployment level. So for this, we can install NodeMon globally, so that you will not have to install NodeMon every time you want to build a project. So for this, we can use the global -g -g command to install NodeMon globally. So this is how you install NodeMon. So I'm not going to install. And another dependency we need to install will be Express. So we will use the npm npnr express express express. This will install Express dependency. So now we have Express installed, and after installing Express, you can see something cool here, the Node module folder. Here you will have every dependencies, everything that is linked with these applications. You will see it in this folder, including dependencies as well. So somewhere in this code we should have okay, so yeah, we have installed Express, and as I said, now you have dependency, and in dependency you see Express with the version of Express. So this is how you install a package or dependency on your system for a project. So with this, we will be diving into implementing our first Node applications or project. So I will just close this package, the JSON, and in our server.js, we will be coding our dependency. So we can write a comment here saying importing dependency, importing dependencies, and here we say const express require express. So this is how we import Express into our application, so that we can use it to build such an applications or to work along our project. So you have another way to import. You can use the import command, but for this we will use require. I just feel this more concise and easier to do, so we will go with this. So the next thing will be to initialize our express into a variable, so we can say const, and we can call this app or whatever name, but per convention you will see more people going with app, so we can say app is equals to express. And now we have our express initialized, and another thing will be our port, so we can set our port to 30,000. And also port can be whatever number as long you are in development. For development purpose, you can use whatever you can use 1,000, 30,000, 10,000. That is your choice. But up to deployment level, this port value will be different. So that's one thing to note. So we have our port. The port will be used to listing on or listing for our server. So for this, we can say app.listing, and we will pass in two arguments. The first one will be port, and next will be a function. So here we can read a console. We can read our console statement. So console log. Okay. So console log, we can say server. Our server is listening on port, and we can pass in our port here. So the value 30,000 is stored into the variable port, so it's going to be server is listening on port 30,000. So yeah, this is the simplest form of writing on Express applications. So I would like us to pass something on our browser, and for this we can use our HTTP method call or get. So for that we can say app.get, and in here we will pass in the route. That will be the home route, and also pass in the callback rec by rec, and res stands for request and response. And in here I can say response send, and we can pass in HTML in here. So h1, and we can say this is the home page. So this is the home page, and then close our tag h1. So now this is a basic Express or Node.js applications, very basic. So now we have implemented this. Let us try to run these applications. So to run these applications, we come back to our console, and then here, assuming we have Node already installed or NodeMon already installed, now we can come here and say NodeMon, and then pass in the name of our project. So this is called server.js. So we can say server via server.js. And even if you remove the JS, this is still going to run. So you can also try this. So let us run this. And now you can see starting node server.js clean exit, waiting for changes before restarting. So whenever we make changes or save this project, automatically NodeMon is going to capture that and then reload our page for us. So if we come to our browser now, and then in our browser we step in our local host 30,000, whatever port you will give here, whatever port you will give in the application should be the same port here. And by the way, what is going on? Okay, I think we have some error in here. Okay, let us save. I think we didn't save the applications. So yeah, we didn't save. We just run the server. So now we have saved, and then you can see in the console, server is listed on port 3000. So if we go back to our browser and reload this page, now you can see this is the home page. So this is how we were able to write our first Node applications. Oh, I have a little typo in this. Okay, page should be PAGA. So now I think this error helps us to understand what Node is all about. So if we save this, automatically you see the server restarted, and then the server is listed on port 3000. So this is the beauty of NodeMon. So if we come and reload again, we see the changes on the page. So that does it for this first video. If you love the video, I would love to see your comments and try to critique and point out some mistakes that you think I have made in this video if you think so. And if you love the video, try to follow along with the next video. Thank you, and thank you.